Hi, I'm Zen Gray, and I'm about to attempt a gallbladder cleanse. And this is from Dr. Cynthia Foster's website, drfostersessentials.com. So this is for gallbladder stones or for kidney stones. It's supposed to help dissolve things and kind of break it up and then get them through somewhat painlessly. So when you're doing any cleanse, the first thing you have to do is do your intestinal cleansing, because you got to make sure everything's kind of moving through you efficiently. And so you have to do two things. The colon detox caps kind of absorb stuff in your colon and will absorb toxins and kind of soften the fecal matter that's stuck to the intestinal walls and gross stuff like that. Anyway, so you want to use this. You take, I believe she says 6 to 10 in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, and you want to have an empty stomach, and you don't want to eat anywhere around taking these or take any medications anywhere around these. So I've been doing that for a few days. I start with 6 in the morning, and I just do 6 in the evening before I go to bed. So that's the colon detox caps. Now with dinner, you want to take what's called Vibrant Colon, and you start with 1 capsule with dinner on day 1, and if you don't notice a difference the next morning, then you're going to take 2 with dinner the next day, and 2 is all I need to see a difference in quantity when you go to the bathroom the next morning. That's what you want to check. So you do not want to get to the point where you have diarrhea. That's too much. So just start slow. Take 1, and then if that doesn't do anything, take 2 the next day. I only need 2. You might need more, but it takes about 12 hours to work, so you'll notice the next morning. Okay? So intestinal cleansing, very important before you start any kind of cleanse. Do this first. All right. For the Stone Buster formula, you need several things. You need fresh organic apple juice, and I didn't go anywhere to have it pressed. I just went to Whole Foods and bought some of this. So you can see it's organic apple. It's cold pressed, so the enzymes should still be active in cold pressed juice. I also have the Stone Dissolve Tea and the Stone Buster Herbal Formula, as well as Peaceful Nerves. This is supposed to help if you have any pain with your kidney or gallbladder stones. This is supposed to help kind of ease up on the nerves a little bit. So it'll make it easier for you to do this cleanse. I don't really have any pain right now. I've had some in the past. I think Dr. Foster told me I probably have some gallstones, because it starts off as a mild pain, gets intense, and then goes away. So she's like, yeah, you might want to do this. So that's what I'm doing. And even though I'm not in pain right now, I'm going to take the Peaceful Nerves just in case, because I'm not sure what to expect from this cleanse. I've never done a gallbladder cleanse before. So you need those things. All right. You also need distilled water. So get a whole bunch of distilled water, get a few jugs of it, and you'll need that because you don't want to have any minerals from regular tap water in this cleanse. So make sure you get distilled water. Here, now I'm doing this with my fiance, so I'm making a batch for 2 people. So you're going to want to do half of what I'm doing, and I will put those instructions up here. But for 2 people, this is what I did. I took a whole liter of the cold-pressed organic apple juice and put it in a glass container last night, and put 8 tablespoons of the Stone Dissolve Tea in there. So that's soaking overnight, okay? And then I'm going to bring this to a boil, let that sit for a little bit, and then put a full bottle of the Stone Buster in there. So this is for 2 people, and this is going to last us all day long. So that should be enough for 2, and I'm going to split that up for 1 so you know what's going on. So on the first day, all I'm going to do is drink half of this, so my fiance's doing the other half, and we're going to sip this throughout the day. Now, while we're drinking this throughout the day, you can either just do a juice fast, which makes everything stronger, it's much faster detox, or you can do just raw, so you can be vegan. But you want to do this for 4 days, so you don't want to have, cheeseburgers and, sodas and whatever. You don't want to take any of that stuff while you're trying to dissolve whatever calcified stones are in you. So don't do that, okay? Be good for 4 days, just 4 days. All right, so next we're going to take our apple juice and tea mixture and bring it to a boil. So this is in a glass container. This was sitting overnight, and this is for 2 people, so you would only be doing half of this if it's just you. But if you have 2 people involved, then you do the whole thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pour this in and bring it to a boil. So our apple juice tea mixture is coming to a boil. Feels pretty warm. And here I have the Stone Buster formula. And this is a 4-ounce bottle. And if it's just one person, you're going to use half the bottle on day 1 and half the bottle on day 2. But since there's 2 of us, we're doing the whole bottle on day 1 and then splitting the concoction. So I'm just going to dump this whole thing into the glass jar. Just put it all in. There we go. And as soon as this comes to a boil, I'm going to put the apple juice in there, split it up between the 2 of us, and then stone busting. It is not the best smelling concoction, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, it's just really pungent. But, you know, you do what works. Doesn't have to all taste like candy. Okay. I'm splitting this up, half for me, half for my fiance, and sorry honey, thank you for doing this with me. It's good to have some support, you know. So I'm going to take half of this and put it in another container. I don't know, I gotta find one. And then he's going to have half, and we're going to sip this all day long, just spacing it out. Now, also all day long, we're going to be drinking water. We can have tea on its own if we want. I'm also going to take, let's see, 1 to 2 droppers full of the Peaceful Nerves 1 to 3 times today, depending upon how I feel. So if I feel fine, I'm just going to keep taking it. It'll be fine. But that is an option, and I'm doing it. So let's break it up, shall we? Okay, so because there's some stuff floating on the top, which just makes it a little more difficult to drink, I'm going to just filter it out. And I have a little sieve with really tiny holes. You want to make sure you don't have like a normal strainer, because that'll be too big. But this is really tiny holes. Hot apple cider. It's not bad at all. Yeah, good. I was so hoping this wouldn't taste nasty. And it doesn't. It tastes fine. It tastes good. Alright. Yeah, cool. I can do this.